Jesus wore glasses.
I know, right?
Yeah.
There was 3 days that we didn't see him, and then he came back, and we were like, oh. There he is.
I've just been on tour, that's all.
We're fresh out of wine, buddy. You just showed up in time.
I just went and hung out with my dad.
Oh, that's horrible.
Just chilling. We killed off the dinosaurs that day.
Yeah, right on. Good.
Ooh, ruling the earth.
Gave us a shot.
All right. So, welcome to Open Mic with Ann House. We have Oliver White. Say hi, Oliver. Yay! Jonthan Van Huss and Tim Rogers. We are recording in the podcast suites called Podcast on Main here in beautiful downtown Denison, which is a historic community. As a matter of fact, our Main Street just made an award. It made a set. There was several of them across the state of Texas that were. People said, "Hey, look, these are great." Denison is also a music-friendly community. Not only is that just a way of life here in this area, it is also a designation by the state of Texas. And so Denison had to go through several different hoops in order to get that designation. This area has some of the most, it's just lousy with music, right? I mean, I know that's a horrible way to say it, but there's so many really great musicians in this area that it's just, it's amazing. I've had people tell me that they've gone other places, for example, Florida for vacation or what have you, and live music is not something that you find every day of the week. Here, it's everywhere. It is every day of the week. Most importantly, though, for the purpose of this conversation, is open mics. Now, my show's called Open Mic because guess what? This is an open mic. But as a musician myself, I didn't know how to get started except with open mics. And I got to tell you, Oliver runs a really great one, and he is just absolutely so very helpful to people who are trying to start out things. But so all of you run open mics. Tim runs 2 of them. Jonthan runs 1. Oliver runs 2, sometimes more.
Yeah.
Maybe you can get your hands on.
Yeah, right
Yeah,
on.
I know, right?
Yeah, whatever I can get out.
The schedule just in this area on Monday night at the Horse's Axe down the way is Tim Rogers. On the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays.
Actually, they changed that. That is
did they?
now every Tuesday.
Ah, they did. Okay,
Right
I was going
on.
to ask. Thank you.
Congratulations.
And the Elks Lodge on 1417 in Sherman every Tuesday. Wednesday, there's 6:30 to 10:30 at Kickback's Backyard with Oliver. There is now Thursday appears to be the day for it, right?
many.
I know, right? So 6:30 to 9:30, the Loft Pizza Pub in Whitewright. On the 2nd and 4th Thursdays, Oliver is joined by Cassandra Hoschert. Also on Thursday is Coyote Club on Myrick Street in Denison. Jonthan Van Huss.
That's right.
The 2nd Thursday at the Milieu Wine Bar on Houston in downtown Sherman. That's hosted by Matt Key. The 3rd Thursday at Neighbor's Place Winery in Bonham, hosted by Cassandra Hoschert. Fridays, beginning in October, there will be one in the Whiskey Tower at Tanglewood. And then first Friday of the month, Cassandra Hoschert hosts one at the VFW in Bonham. Music, live music, every day of the week from some of the most talented musicians that I have heard, bar none, and I've heard quite a few. So why do you do open mic? Yeah, we're going to start with you, Oliver. You knew that was going to happen, right?
Because we need it. I mean, I feel like any community that has a surplus of musicians, artists in general, needs an open mic or several open mics. I mean, it's a place for us or a place for upcoming musicians or budding musicians, old timers, whatever, for anybody to just come and showcase what you got, work on something new,
You get a lot of
jam with people.
Originals versus covers.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a blend of a little bit of everything. A lot of people come up and do only covers. A lot of people come up and do only originals. People mix it all up. it's all good. It's all good. I really like seeing people do original stuff because
it's
that's like fruit, you know.
Right
The
on.
open mics are the trees, and the people doing original stuff. That's the fruit.
Jonathan writes some really great songs.
Thank you.
I like hearing that. I like seeing people at the open mics doing original stuff, and people sitting and listening. You know, you'll catch the musicians listening hardest.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
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 Which is most of the crowd at an open mic.
Yeah, it really
Yep.
is.
It
Yeah,
really is.
But another cool thing is that people come and hang out too,
Right.
and watch and listen. And
The supporters.
Yeah.
Yeah, the background supporters that are just there because I've met a group last night that was sitting at a table at Coyote, and I walked over to them because some of the people they were hanging out with were part of the open mic, but they weren't. And I was like, what made y'all come out? And they said, well, we saw a post on Facebook. And I was like,
Right.
right on. So y'all aren't singing or no? We just wanted to come out and hang
come out
out.
and check it out. That's
Well,
where the
thank you
talent's
for the
at.
support. You know what I mean? That's what it's about. It's growing the audience, and he's exactly right. It's an abundance. The surplus of musicians around, it's an abundance of it. This is a hotbed. North Texas, from Dallas to Denison, Wichita Falls to Texarkana, so much good music around here. Open mics are necessary. It's kind of like tattoos. On Monday night, you get one tattoo, a little later you want another one, then another one, then another. Before you know it, you look like a Yakuza member. You know what I mean? So it's like music is kind of like that. I play Monday nights at his open mic. I go home. You know what I do when I get home?
Play some more.
Play some more, man. And then the more I play, the more I want to play.
Right.
And so with open mic nights, especially having them, so many of them, with the surplus of musicians that we have here, around here, it gives everybody that chance and opportunity to get that out of their system, kind of. Not really get it out of their system, but to get up there and exercise that they've been wanting to get that fix for that addiction, which is music. It is an addiction. We all agree with that, right?
Yeah,
Any
yeah.
musician
And it's the
who
best
says
one
that
you can
music
get
isn't
into,
addictive is a
man.
liar.
Yeah, no, seriously, so I came to this late, right? And not realizing how much of an addiction music really was. Thinking about it, because, I've been singing since I was like that tall. So it was, but it just never clicked in my head that performing was an addiction, right?
Yeah.
And it's got to be one of the best ones, to be honest.
Well, we had a conversation
We did.
a long time ago where I said, I'm not a performer. About
You
2-3
say that.
months ago, I started standing up. And since I started standing up,
Yeah.
I'm like, man,
Performer.
I
You're
need
a
some
performer.
platform shoes and some face paint and a 7-inch tongue, and I'm going on tour, baby.
Where can I get a sash?
Here we go.
I need a sash real bad.
Does anybody know how to paint a star on my eye?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Buffalo.
Right? Yeah, right.
Buffalo.
Where is he?
Maybe Buffalo, yeah. So what does this do for the community, though? I mean, how does this benefit?
Oh, the morale around here. You think about it. There are people. I went to his songwriting circle, and it was maybe 4 of us when I started going.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
By the time it ended, because everybody got so busy with music, by the time it ended, we were looking for other locations because the ones we couldn't hold it. You know what I mean? That's awesome. And these people, you don't know, they didn't know me. I didn't know them. They didn't know this person. They didn't know this person. And all that networking and coming together, just new sounds, new ideas, new friendships, relationships come out of that. That's amazing. You know what I mean? Because that you can't replace relationships. That's what it's all about. So
it sounds like the relationships that you build at something like an open mic are as important, if not more important, than the music that you're playing.
well, sometimes not only the music as me, I had stage fright, and it took a lot from him and Paul Noel
Right.
and you and my inner circle of people that kind of got me started going to really get me my confidence up. And so for some people, the addiction might not just be playing your music, but it might be, well, last week I felt terrified when I was on stage. But this week I felt less terrified. And then the next week I feel less terrified. And then this week I feel like I belong up here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to see that growth with people, me and him sitting at the back of Horses Axe last week, watching 5 of the people that started off.
Just belting it out and having a
Now
great
they're
time.
relaxed, kind of ticking to the beat, got there.
Eating the microphone like this.
Yeah.
I
Just
know, right?
really attitude.
Instead
got
of
it.
standing like 5 yards away from the microphone.
Progress is so fun to see, man. It is so fun to see.
Open mics are great because it's a way for us to share our power with each other. We all learn and grow from each other. And the reason why we do it when it really comes down to it is because this is how we got our power. We got it from other
100%.
people's open mics, from jamming with other musicians. And the hosts are the people who realize that that's what makes you really good, is that you can learn bits and pieces from everybody you interact with. You don't really know a musician till you've jammed with them.
Yeah.
Exactly right. You're exactly. Me and Lee, like he threw me off the first couple of times, but now I've settled in with him and he's good. I've learned so much from these two guys. Like,
Oh, I know, right?
he's taught me so much about how to set stuff up and how to operate sound and stuff. He's sensei.
Performance.
You know what I mean? He is my
Sensei
sensei.
there.
He has really been there from day one with me on trying to get back into this. So
So
these guys have really propped me up a lot and helped me out.
the first open mic that I went to, that Oliver hosted, was the first open mic I ever went to, was down here at.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
place.
I know, right? It was
Yeah, it's
down.
right down
It
there.
is. It is now closed, but the rail yard was an incubator for small.
Try incubator. Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
try
that.
incubator
Yeah.
for small businesses, for small restaurants. So Grayson College has a culinary arts program, and a lot of their graduates would come over and start a, little small restaurant type business. And
Food truck and a wall.
yeah, food truck on a wall. Very good. That's a great way
Right
to put
on.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of having to buy a whole food truck, they had these little spaces. And the first open mic that I ever went to was held in that they had this really great huge hall right next. They had grand piano and everything. And it was small. There was no stage to speak of or anything like that.
Corner.
And
We had a corner.
we had a corner right by the window. And I was scared to death. I have had stage fright, almost crippling stage fright for probably, 40 years.
Right on.
And it's only been in the last 3 that it only rears its ugly head, once
When you get into your head.
Yeah, when I get into my head.
It rarely is it anybody else or outward that gets me in there. It's usually I just don't feel it today, and I'm embarrassed by it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what?
I miss real stage fright. I really do.
Bro, I wish I had your moxie, man. I wish I had your moxie.
No drug in this world that can emulate the feeling of that breaking point when you connect with the audience, when you break that first stage fright. Like when I was
They like me.
rookie
They
back
really, really
in
like me.
Right.
Virginia.
Yeah.
My first show I ever played for was on a beach fest, and we like 500 people in front of the stage, and there were like 8 stages.
Wow.
it was nuts. We were an opening act. I was pretty terrible, but I was good enough for what I needed to do. But yeah, no, I missed that feeling of the first 10 seconds of the first song.
I still get it. I still get stage fright
Do you really?
periodically. Yeah.
You've been performing for
Man, 30 years.
and you still get stage
Almost
fright
30
on
years.
occasion.
Yeah, but it's not like I can control it now. Like the first time it really got me and was almost debilitating was in Wichita Falls at the Air Force Base. We were
Oh,
doing
yeah, Shepherd. I
We're
know
doing this
Shepherd.
big festival. They used to have Freedom Fest every year before 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And there were 50,000 people there. And I step out on this stage and I just see, for as far as I could see, it's just people. And there are bands in front of me, and there are going to be bands after me. And I step out there and we start playing, and my knees are just, I can feel them like,
Wanting to
I
knock.
can feel that people are looking at my knees because they're going like that. And I'm like, I got to move around, So I just kind of moved around the stage and would walk around and then walk over to the microphone and sing and then run over to the bass player or whatever, and just keep my legs moving so my knees wouldn't knock. And then I saw an article in the newspaper about Freedom Fest and this band Oliver White. And man, they really put on a good show. Very energetic.
Right.
And I'm like,
He moved
'cause
around
I
a
was
lot.
scared to death, man.
That guy wouldn't stay still at all. He's so good.
If you have stage fright, you just try to use it, and it's energy. It's just energy. you
Right
know?
on, man.
So
You're right. It's just your
just
your
energy.
adrenaling is just
Yeah.
about
All you gotta
to
do is
pop.
So just
photosynthesize
put it
it
back
into
in.
something useful.
Right.
I mean, and a lot of times it's also the crowd is projecting that energy.
Yeah.
And you're getting it, and you're like, I
Right.
don't know what to do with all
They
this.
want you to
shit.
be good.
Yeah.
They're cheering for you to be
Yeah,
good. Really.
they're ready for
They
it.
want it to be
All you got to
awesome.
do is do it. You know.
Yeah, I don't know many people
All
that go
except
to a
that one
concert
guy.
or to see live music and go, man, I
This
hope
better
they
be
suck.
good.
I know.
Nobody goes going, man, this better suck.
Yeah.
I hope they're awful.
Yeah, everybody
Nobody
wants
does
you
that.
to.
They want
everybody
you to be
wants
good.
To rock it.
Maybe punk rock.
Yeah. I want to be madder when I leave.
Maybe awful in a different sense, baby.
Yeah. But
What,
yeah,
do you,
it's
what do you say to somebody who comes to an open mic, and you know, like when I showed up at that one, because I had to ask you to play
Yeah.
for me, and you offered to play a couple for me that you figured out how to play, so that I could sing. Right? I mean, I do a cappella all the time, but that was very kind of you to do. And Tim does the same thing. He puts
Yeah.
his master list out and says, "Here, look, I can play all of these.
yeah.
Come tell me what you want to sing."
See, I volunteer him for
I
that.
need to
Am
stop calling him
I just go around to people sitting
I
in the
don't know,
audience
but
and I go,
this
you want
guy-
to sing? He can play it. He can play it. He's got a list over there. Just go look.
I don't know that song, but this guy
It's so
does.
mislabeled master list because there are so many songs not on there, and there's actually quite a few on there that if you went and pointed at that, I'd be like,
Yeah, I don't think so.
I haven't played that in like 2 years.
Yeah.
So what do you say to somebody? How do you get over stage fright? Do you just step through it? I mean, what do
I
you
just
do?
step
How do you encourage people in an open mic?
Stage face.
At an open mic, I will tell people you're probably going to screw up. Just keep on trucking and don't
Right.
worry about it, because these people aren't here to see a
Every-
perfect performance.
yeah.
You know, we all know what this is. This is open mic. We're all here
Great advice.
to try.
That's great.
You know.
Get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all seen
Progress
mistakes.
is
We
a beautiful
bend
thing.
mistakes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
screw up every time I get on stage. I tell people that all the time. I screw up every time I get up there, but I try to make it look like I'm not.
You do a good job, man.
You get
Thank
better. You get better at covering up the mistakes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I will certainly agree with that. I mean,
So that's what I would tell anybody that is at an open mic. It's a beautiful song. At an
Yeah,
open
yeah,
mic, and
yeah.
It's like a muscle too. You know,
Yeah.
if you have stage fright and you just go play one time somewhere and then go home for 6 months and go, well, I got that down. No,
Knocked it out.
You have to go.
no,
you
no,
have to-
stage
no,
fright
no,
and
no,
work
no. You have to. Oh my gosh, you have to do it so many times.
Yeah, you have to work it.
It took. How many times did it take me?
It's like wearing new shoes. You know, you got to break them
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
You got to
yeah,
wear them.
yeah.
Before
You
you
got
can
to
really
do
run
it.
fast.
Amy's a great example of seeing that happen.
oh yeah,
Okay, so he's talking about his girlfriend Amy Roberts,
Roberts.
who last week, not last night at Coyote Club, but last week she got asked for an encore from the audience.
That's so awesome.
And her face just kind of went,
yeah.
She's got such a cool style. I hear people try to emulate that style that she just does.
And hers is genuine.
Yeah,
I like
that's
that.
what I'm
It
saying.
really
Yeah,
is, isn't it?
Yeah, you hear people really struggle. Like now, it's kind of trendy. You know what I mean? So you hear people really want to sing like that. They can't, and they try, and then she just does it. That's awesome.
I know she's
Genuinely,
like a-
that's how she sounds.
She's
and
like
it's so cool.
Billie Holiday in a bottle
Yeah.
type of thing. You know.
Yeah, I know she's a really
One
and
of
she's
her favorite artists too.
Right on.
yeah.
she is genuinely a very nice person too.
Yeah.
It's just, and she, you know what the neat thing is? She always dresses like that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. She's
That's
genuinely
not stage
that.
Clothes. That's
That's
regular
her.
clothes.
I see her at
That's
work sometimes. I'll go where she works and say, "What's up?" And she's got that flower in her hair, got the makeup on, got the dress. You know, she's just
Even
head
her
to toe.
throwback, she was a stylish person.
Yeah.
She like has her own thing going on,
All right,
man.
but back on topic, watching people grow. Before we make the
Stop
whole
talking about
episode
my
Tim
girlfriend.
But see, that's the thing. Watching people grow. She is
Progress
one of
is
those
a
people.
beautiful
But it is
thing,
about
man.
the people.
Right.
That's what
Melissa
open mic's
Caruth.
about.
The differences that you get. Another aspect I'd like to go ahead and bring up, if you
Yeah.
don't mind.
No, please.
Is non-musicians. When do non-musicians and musicians ever get to jam together?
Right. Open
It's a
mic.
different experience.
Open
It's a
mic.
different
Open
experience.
mic. Yeah.
I actually have a few non-musicians who keep coming back to my open mics, and if they keep doing it, they're gonna find themselves outside of that non-musician category.
Real quick.
I saw one of them a while back that she comes to him and she watches, and I saw her go over to the list, and I don't know if she signed up because there was another name that was scratched out and I couldn't tell what it is, but I thought she signed up, and then I didn't see her name on there after that. But non-musicians are getting bold about it, like,
And
I
it's
think
cool.
I want to try this.
Right.
Yeah, I remember at Kickbacks one Wednesday, there was I know she was a non-musician, but she came up and you played for her, and I don't remember what she asked for, but she was. I don't think I've ever seen her come back either, which is kind of sad because
I must have done a pretty bad job.
No, you did a fine job.
Was she there with a bunch of friends?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah. Who? I
That
know
was
who she was.
Marisa,
But
wasn't it?
it'll take me a while to think about it. Who was it?
Is that Marisa?
Are you talking about Coyote or Kickback?
No, at Kickbacks.
Yeah, at
So,
Kickbacks.
Kickbacks
No,
did Joan Jett.
It was. I think I know who it
That's
was.
right. It was.
Was it
a
Maurice?
Joan Jett song.
I thought it was
But
like
it
a
was
little
so many
blonde
different-
lady.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, she was a
Okay.
blonde lady.
Yeah, Maurice's not a blonde lady.
No.
And
It was
then-
the teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was with
They're
a
from
group of
Bonham.
friends.
Yeah, they're
Yep.
from Bonham.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And there's see now that was really
that was
great.
a good time.
That was
man.
that's awesome.
Like,
See,
I hadn't done this in forever. Can you do this song? I was like, yeah.
that's why I think the open mic
I
night,
know.
it's not just about musicians.
Right.
I go around and I'm like, do you like to sing?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah. I'm like, well, then sign up. He's got a master list over there that he could play.
I'm always available.
Hey, I'll
Jim-
send you folks.
And I know he really doesn't like it, but he really is kind of a human jukebox.
He is.
I've accepted the term.
Yeah. You might as well.
You might as
With
well.
We can
need
start
you.
calling you
genres
Napster.
As I have under my belt, I can go ahead and just accept that term because
Yeah.
I basically am an internet jukebox if you're picking
He-
genres. If
he
you want a
really is.
specific request, you're probably not going to get what you want. But if you want to generalize, I have just about everything under the sun.
Well, with the exception
I'd figure
of
out some
hip-hop.
polka if I had to. Roll out the barrel.
Now this area is. There's a lot of country music in this area.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot of other kinds of music.
Oh, yeah.
I would classify your music as more Americana than anything
Thanks.
else. Oliver does blues music,
Real well.
primarily.
Very well.
and Tim, well, he does pretty much everything,
Yep.
right? And I'm classic country and Americana and
Right.
a couple other things. So, I mean, how do you encourage other genres that don't normally pop up? Like, I know for a fact that there's a couple of hip hop bands around, and I just never. I mean, how do you reach out to complete that community circle?
I don't know because I've not
You
done
find
it.
you find one or two, get them involved, and then let them invite their friends. But
Yeah.
it's the question of how much of that. The problem with those at open mics, and there's different philosophies on how to run the open mics and how to accommodate for those things. Like, I don't like using backing tracks because it's
No, I'm not a big fan either.
It's the
Either.
live music aspect.
I feel like that's karaoke.
The whole point is that it's live, and
Yeah.
to keep people from just putting karaoke tracks on and doing whatever, because that defeats the purpose of open mic.
Yeah.
It's to jam, to
I feel the same way. I will take exception though.
like with
if it's
rap
something
stuff,
they've
They've created.
they
Stuff
created
that-
themselves.
Yeah, because Don does that. Don Hayes, and you talk about different styles of music.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
And the
Bro,
best
last
part is-
night he
now, that's
sang last
original
night.
music, too, and that's
Yeah.
that's a little bit different too, is because it is original music.
Right.
Oh, yeah, and Lee's son.
Yeah,
Yeah, Austin.
Lee's
Yeah,
son.
Austin.
Yeah, he does
Austin.
rapping too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, he does,
Yeah.
and there's
Pretty good.
Yeah, he is very good. I'm not a big fan of. I'm a little too old for rap music.
One of my things that I admire a lot about Austin is he's got that Spotify, Instagram presence, all that stuff down. He knows
Man.
how to do it tight,
As a
get it
kid.
done. Yeah,
kids
it's like
know that.
second nature to him, man.
Kids know that stuff
lets them
now.
I
know
sit
how
there
to
and
do
I'm
it.
I'm scrolling on my phone, going,
Yeah.
I'm gonna play this.
I do. what all platforms is this on? It's on Spotify and it's on iTunes. Well, they don't call it that anymore. Apple Music.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're old.
Yeah.
Austin's a kid.
Mine's
He's-
on floppy disk.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand that feeling, right? I work in technology, right? That's what my day job is. But all of this is just wow. I mean,
Yeah.
do you, so age-wise, get a pretty? I know you get a really even mix, Tim, of ages in yours.
Yeah.
He just nods.
Yeah.
His eyes got real big. He's like,
I'm thinking of.
How old is
Jackson.
Emma's sister? 15, 16?
Yeah, like
So all the way
14,
from that
15,
to
somewhere around
70,
there to- yeah.
75. Paul's 74, 75.
Is he really?
Yeah.
So, really,
Wow.
what's that Christmas song go?
Ages 1 to 92.
Yeah,
right on,
pretty
bro. Right on.
much.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. I was like, what
kids
is the line?
from 1 to 92.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. Yours is a good mix, man. It really is.
It is.
Yours is too. Yours is great. Paul's
I mean,
there, so
what's
he's got that high.
what's that-
Yeah, man.
What's
He's
that
got that
guy
high.
plays with his daughter?
Okay.
Oh, Jim.
Her
Abigail.
Her name
Yeah,
is
Jim and
Abigail
Abigail.
Yeah.
Giles. That
I
kid-
follow her.
Oh my
She is
gosh.
extremely talented
She
theater
really
kid, guys.
is.
Yeah.
She's really cool too.
She's got a
is.
style
She is
too
cool.
that's genuine to how she just sounds like that. Like that's how she just sings. I love that.
She's really into theater.
Yeah.
And
She is very
Talented,
much. She does a
too.
lot of
Yeah.
community theater.
Very talented.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
just singing, but acting. And
Right on.
And
Things like
she's
that. So that helps.
Well-
She's got good
Of-
stage presence.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
that stage.
And her dad
Command.
is a musician and an artist as
And
well.
he's
so,
talented. Yeah.
So he kind of helps.
Yeah.
He helped her get.
Yeah, you have a
get there,
great
you know?
mix. Yeah, you have a
So-
great mix, man. Great mix.
The youngest I think I've ever seen on the stage would be Ashley Ewing's daughter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
She's 6
I
or
forgot
7.
about that.
Brooke,
Yeah.
she's 6
Yeah.
now. Or
6.
7. She might be
And-
7 now.
Oh, by the way, point out this. She sang with her mama playing the guitar for the
Yes.
song, not a backing track.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's
I,
absolutely. I know.
you know,
right?
I mean, come on.
And
That's loud
singing
music.
it out loud.
Right. right.
She had to. She
oh,
had
from
to
her
back away from the
toes.
microphone.
Yeah, from her toes,
Did
bro.
she really?
Oh yeah, because
Oh, wow.
the speakers would start cracking and stuff.
She's a belter.
Back up.
Is she?
Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I mean, you
come
gotta
out.
have those, right? And so that's the youngest, and the oldest would be Paul Noel. Hi, Paul. I know you're out there listening.
You know
or
he's watching. Let me see.
Love you, Paul.
Are you on here,
They're
Paul?
in internet land.
Are you on there, Paul? Let me see.
He told me the other day that
know
this
he's
was
on
going
here.
to be an epic show,
Ah.
right? So y'all gotta make it epic. So one thing I'm going to
We
note
must
here.
embark on a quest.
Yes, we are embarking upon a quest of epicness. Sometimes, when working with musicians, their language gets a tad bit salty. So I'm going to warn you
Hell
here
yeah.
and now. See, there we go. Here and now that it might get a tad bit salty, especially when people aren't thinking. If that offends you, you may want to just turn the volume down and watch,
Or turn it up. Get
or turn
pissed.
it up and
Turn it up. Turn it
Whatever.
up.
Not get pissed. Get aggravated.
get
Turn
aggravated.
it up.
See, wait, and we didn't even bleep that one.
So I self bleep.
Is there a bleep button? Oh,
I have to
Great.
turn the
You just
volume up.
launched the rocket, man.
See, we've got applause and the rim shot.
that's what I hear after I play songs.
That's what I hear when I get up in the morning.
So,
Little hamster running on its wheel.
yeah, that sounds like it, doesn't it?
That's what I hear when I put my fingers in my ear.
Hi, Paul.
Hi,
Paul's
Paul.
watching.
Paul,
So Paul told me, I said, Paul, you going to come down? And he said, no, I'm going to stay home and watch. And that way I can watch in mine. I said, don't tell me.
in his beanbag chair covered in
SpongeBob,
Cheetos.
SpongeBob SquarePants pajamas.
No! Oh, gosh.
Are you in a beanbag chair eating Cheetos?
Hey, Paul,
Yes.
who lives in a pineapple under the sea?
Leon Locke.
You know he's singing it right now. He's going like SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, my gosh. What are
All
your
right.
plans moving forward? I mean, how are you, is this something that you see, occurring for ad infinitum?
Me?
All three of y'all.
I want it to go for however long I can get it to go. I mean, I would love for other things to come up and take up my time. You know what I mean? With
Right.
music. But if it doesn't, then I'm enjoying doing this. I like open mics. I like community. I like people. I used to say I don't like people, but that's a lie. I like people. You know what I mean? It's just, you get kind of drained in society sometimes.
You do.
But
Some
then
of
you
us
go
are.
out to these open mics and they kind of
Energize.
reinstill the faith in humanity in you because you just
No, I don't get that. But
Oh,
I do
come
get
on.
I do get energized.
everybody's
right?
happy usually and happy to be there and looking forward because they have hope. You know what I mean? Before you go up on stage the first time, you're a rock star. In your mind,
Yeah.
whatever you envision hasn't happened yet. You know what I mean? So you've got a lot of excitement going on in your mind. So
The
it's like,
anticipation
yeah,
of something you haven't experienced.
Christmas morning.
It's like
you know what I
getting on
mean?
your first roller coaster.
Right on. It's not. See, that's how I felt. My legs would always be fine until they said, Jonathan, you're next. Oh, then they would just turn to jello, and I'd have to go sit down up there. And now I'm like, no, stand up, man.
Sometimes I still get that, right? Because, excuse me, I think as musicians we have a perfectionist streak, right? And open mics help me to get past that sometimes. But I don't know. It's
Open mics have
do you
helped me
find
get
that?
all the way through that. Anymore, I'm just like, whatever, nothing. I don't expect anything to be perfect. From the moment I start the open mic, from the moment I get to it and start setting stuff up to the moment I go get in my van to go home, I expect there to be something screwed up.
That's how I
Low
start every day.
expectations.
But I mean, no, it's not necessarily a low expectation. It's just
reality.
Right.
It's the reality of our occupation. Something's going to get screwed up. At
Murphy's
open
Law.
mic. You got a cable that's going to go, like last night. Cassandra had this cable, and she had a guitar cable and a piano cable. So one of them's bad, and we're like, which one was it?
Trying to figure it out.
Yeah, because we're working with two different cables and trying to put on a show and trying to sing a song and do all this at the same time. There's a lot of stuff that goes into one, and there's a lot that can go wrong, and just
Hell, we had power
You were
outage.
Playing on hosting.
yeah, and you just kept going.
We kept going, bro.
You kept
Be
on
on
trucking,
point.
man.
Made one of the best moments, I think. I liked that. That when
Oh, when
all
the
the
power
lights went out, and then we
Yeah.
had
Oh,
that couple
that
still
was a
going.
beautiful
That was
moment.
cool. I was sitting there recording in the
For
dark, and
context,
Chris got closer
Storm
with his light.
that
And
they
it was
had-
made for a cool little video.
Yeah.
So we had a storm in the area Thursday, and the power went out at Coyote Club, and so I mean everybody was totally acoustic at that point.
There's an act on stage already.
Even
Just
the
about to
audience
start their
was
set, and
acoustic.
then boom.
Yep. And it was just, and they kept going for the most part. It was
Yep.
it was actually pretty great.
Yeah,
I
but we
liked
all
it.
came, sat in, got quiet, and
More of an intimate, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody had to be quiet. That's what was kind of cool. We all had to kind of be
Right.
quiet.
Gotta
Even the
adapt.
people that weren't even part of the open mic over at the bar had to kind of quiet down. And it turned into kind of a pretty beautiful moment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Just kind of a cool
You
little
adapt to whatever
candid
circumstances
Right.
you have.
Right. Right. Exactly what
adapt
you
it.
were just saying.
Yeah.
You
You
know
adapt
something's
it.
going to go wrong. What's it going to be
Yeah.
tonight? Last night
And
I
it
was
may not.
freaking out.
Everything might go okay.
8:02, I'm behind the microphone, and not one name is on my list. And I'm like, oh no. And there's nobody there really. I was like, oh no.
I'm going to sing by myself for 3-4 hours.
I didn't get through my first song good, and 3 names ended up on
Yeah.
the list. I gotta say, the Buddy Guy, Left Eye Goes the Jumping song.
Yeah.
Your version of that isn't as bluesy as his version of it.
Right.
It's better. I mean, I like it better. I mean, sorry, Buddy Guy fans. I like it better. But the way you do it, man, it's just freaking
Well,
dope.
the reason I did that is because we played. It's a really cool.
And it's
slow blues
innovative,
song.
too. How you
Yeah.
do it is pretty innovative.
Dustin Perkins showed me how to turn the capo around and get it on 3 strings and leave the top E or the 2 E's open.
Right on.
And
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
wait,
Yeah.
so it's capo in the middle of the.
the
Oh, that's
it's capoing the A, the A, D, and G,
Right on.
and
That's
the rest of them are open.
That's
the
awesome.
the E and
That's
B
so
are
dope.
open.
That is kind of neat.
But you ask, you'll say, hey, does anybody have requests? And I get flustered all the time. I always think of that song, Left Eye, the Ugly Women, Pretty Woman. All you
Hoochie Coochie
pretty
Man.
women and the ugly
Yeah,
ones
yeah.
too. But my favorite song, it's your song, is Water.
Oh, I haven't
And
done that in a long time.
I know, and I always forget to say water. Play
Yeah,
water.
request that one, man. I forget about it.
freaking love that song.
All right.
Love that song. Dope song. You've heard
That's a fun song.
Water.
I don't recognize the title in association with the song.
It's the one that I wrote about my struggle with alcoholism and
Right.
how people come up to the stage and say, "What can I get you guys to drink? I want to buy you something to drink. You're awesome. I love you. I want you to have children with my wife."
Right.
Things like that. Anything you want. Anything you want. And I say, "I'll have a water. You want a water? You're not going to get a beer or anything?" Like, "Nope, I don't drink. I'll just take a water. A bottle of water would be perfect."
And
probably going to be free.
Staying hydrated on
Right.
stage.
And they always bring back 2 beers, 2 shots, and a hell yeah.
I
And
want
I'm-
my water.
I'm passing out the
The
beers and the
water
shots
to
to. And the point of the song is eventually, if you're trying to give me a drink, you're just trying to put a gun in my hand, because that's my relationship with alcohol
Right on.
and drugs. I want to do it all.
Playing with fire.
Yeah. I'll do it until I kill myself.
Yeah.
That type of mentality. So
Great freaking song, man.
So the
Great.
song is just, I
Everything
just want a
was
drink
good.
of water, man. Y'all's trying to kill me. Y'all trying to put a gun in my hand. I just want water. And that's the song.
It's a grooving freaking song, too.
Thank you.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
I have probably heard it.
Oh, yeah.
I just don't
I've done
He's
it.
recognize the
performed it a
title.
few times.
It's a weird song. It's like, it's not major and it's not minor. It's got diminished and augmented chords. And you're like, what is going on here?
So good, though.
Then the
Now
guitar
I
solo
really wanna
comes
hear
up.
it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah.
go look it up when I get out.
Oh, it's not out yet.
Oh.
Yeah.
So when is it going to be out?
Whenever
You get around to it?
Whenever that financial cloud
Right on.
opens up and
Yeah.
says, hey, you want to record some music? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I trust me. I'm so with you on that.
Process is not cheap.
Things have to
Well,
cost
No.
money.
It's a lot
It's
cheaper
not.
than it used to be in certain aspects.
Well, you can do a lot of it at home,
You
Yeah.
can do all the prep work at home. You can even do all the scratch track work at home now.
So I saw something this morning, believe it or not, on Facebook. Jason Starkey reported that he had done Jason Starkey is another local musician. He's out of Durant. He had done a recording, kind of like what we did last night with a live stream at Coyote Club, of a performance that he did in a crowded bar or restaurant. I think it was a bar.
It's a bar. It's a
And
brewery.
he was going to use it I think he was intending to use it as a live recording
Yeah.
to be published out. And it's like, okay, so that makes things a lot easier today for musicians. And I honestly forget what Abigail and her father call their group is Blood Science. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Science.
And those two, I can certainly see doing something like that.
Yeah. I think
right?
they even have a studio set up at the house.
They do. So, at an open mic, how would that? I mean, I would love to see something like that because you've got a whole bunch of musicians around, and you get that spontaneous jam. I know I've watched you guys do
Right.
that on the stage so many times, especially Tim and Oliver and Lee, and sometimes Cochran.
Yeah, Mike.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just.
I
whatever.
believe it was you that wasn't it you that recorded some of those open mics that the audio was so
Clean, and I gave you guys
it was
the
it wasn't
tracks.
like recording it in the room.
No,
It was
no,
like
no, I
recording
had
It's
it
off the
through the
board.
equipment.
It's
Yeah,
off the
yeah,
board.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we were doing that TV program, and I was pulling the audio.
Is that
and
what
I
you're
went
talking
ahead and
about? More
sent
stuff like that?
everybody,
Right on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like semi-processed versions of it because it was nice and crisp.
Yeah, that's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
He's done that for a couple of my videos that I put up on YouTube.
If you have
when
someone
we're
that's
playing.
monitoring that, you can utilize that.
Right.
But if you,
But again, the reason why we don't really do it at open mics is because the host is already busy.
yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize, bro. Like I really didn't. I was like, oh, this is going to be pretty easy. You know,
Just got to get up
names
there and
on
go,
the list,
you're
no
next, you're
problem.
next, you're next.
No,
Oh, it's
every
not.
9
It is not
minutes,
like
you
that.
need to be paying absolute
I
attention.
had a guy come up last night and try to run Chris off stage in the middle of his thing. And I
So-
went, nope.
Yeah, I was going to take that back to Oliver's Water song because, and I'll be perfectly honest, the guy was probably
Wasn't drinking
enhanced.
water.
Oh, yeah. He was,
drinking water.
hey,
He was
he was,
enhanced in some
he thought he was
way.
being funny and
Yeah.
playful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know.
It wasn't in any
I don't think it was
mean-
malicious
Yeah,
either.
no.
right?
No.
But he was just.
I just said, no,
Exuberant.
sir.
Yes.
I said, no, sir. We don't do that.
How do you handle stuff like that? I mean, have you ever had to deal with that?
Somebody charging up on stage and knocking somebody else out.
Doing something egregious.
Or something
Yeah.
Yes.
uncouth.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Yes, I
something
have.
uncouth.
And I was I'm pretty nice.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, you're a pretty
You
laid
are.
back
y'all
guy.
know me. I'm
Yeah.
pretty nice
Tell
guy.
everybody that.
Well, I
Yeah.
wasn't then.
Oh.
I said, you shut the F up and you get away from this place and maybe you should go home and work on this song.
Oh my.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, somebody started talking trash about everybody on stage because they didn't know the words to the song, and I was like, "Get out of here!"
because the person that you asked to leave didn't know the words to the song?
They didn't know the words
No,
to the song, but
the
they
person on stage was forgetting words, and the person
Okay.
was heckling them for
well
it.
actually
Right.
the person that was on stage was forgetting the words
Right.
and heckling the other people on stage about not knowing the song. Peaceful Easy Feeling by the Eagles. You know, I don't really know the song, but I've heard it like 6 billion times and I can make my
think
way through
everybody
it.
has.
You know?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I just kept on playing like the song goes, and they were screwing everything up and pointing at people and saying, this person is whatever, and you don't know the song, and it's not my fault. And I said, get out of here.
Some people are
It's
just
your
Right
fault.
on,
It's
bro.
your fault.
Right on.
I'm playing the song to the best of my ability. You have the words in your hand and still can't get them right. And you're talking crap about this dude that has nothing to do with this. So,
Well, one, I don't care how bad someone is during an open mic night. It's open mic. You didn't
Yeah.
purchase a ticket. It's all free. It's for fun and exercising and working through stuff. Like, calm down.
if somebody sucks,
It's a human
That's the-
experience.
Right.
if somebody sucks and is up doing an open mic, that's like the essence of open mic.
Right.
If someone's terrible and they're doing open mic, that's the essence of open
Yeah,
mic.
Right
that's
on.
what
Their
it's
next
there,
time,
part of
they're
what it's there
probably
for.
going to be a little bit better than they
Yeah.
were at the time
Progress
when
is
they
a
really
beautiful
sucked.
thing.
Open
Yeah.
mic
It's
is
a
a place
beautiful
to
thing.
go while you still are putting things together.
Yeah.
And
You're
what
still
doesn't help
learning
anybody
what your
is
act is.
this person and that person ain't and that
Yeah.
person. That don't help
Hey, man, when
Oh, it's like what
nobody.
happened last week at Coyote Club. There was somebody in the back who yelled, "Get off the stage!"
Yeah, trying to
And
be
that-
funny.
And that poor girl was just devastated
Left in
when that
tears.
happened.
Yep.
And,
Yeah.
you know, I
Which, by the way, for the record
Mm-hmm.
on that, the bartender
Was mad.
was
At the person that
furious
yelled
at
that
the
out.
person who heckled.
I've reached out
that's
to
how
that
you get-
girl.
saying that is
Yeah.
how you get
Yeah.
kicked out of one of these venues.
Yeah.
Yeah. I let her know. I was like, that is zero tolerance with that. And the bartender let me know that too. She said she was in the bathroom and had she heard that happen, he would have been gone. I was like, right.
so it's
It's a safe place. I like to think of that.
And that's-
If I'm
that's what
hosting
I'm-
something, if you're hosting
Yeah.
something, if you're hosting something, I feel safe, man. I
Yeah.
feel safe in these environments. I don't feel like anybody's going to heckle me. And I feel like if they do, they're going to wait till they get in their car with their people. And then
Yeah.
and whatever they do in there, that's them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
well, I had to learn to not let that, because I'm infinitely harder on myself than the people who listen to me. Like
Right on.
I was talking to Chris last night, my husband Chris, because I was performing at the open mic at Coyote Club, and to me, I sounded absolutely horrible. He said to everybody else that from out there, it sounded fine,
right.
right? But I was like, no, Tim may not agree with that because he knows how I can sing and how.
Well, your middle name's Power.
And Powerhouse.
That was power.
That's horrible.
That was
Powerhouse.
She's a powerhouse.
That was
I called her that last night from the stage. I was like, coming up next, and Powerhouse.
Yeah, no. See, I carry this thing with me all the time when I'm on stage or when I'm performing. It says, remember that strength is within. Right?
That's
And I have, I've got my things
Right.
that kind of help me to be able to do this, because I do still get stage fright pretty bad. I've learned to work my way through it, and I've figured out some of the things that I can do to keep it from happening. You play 15 dozen instruments, so you've always got something, and you always wear your hat. So I'm figuring that that's your little coin type of thing.
I have a lot of mojo items that I keep around, and it varies, like everywhere from like a little pin you'll see on one of my guitar straps, or a rock with a googly eye on it.
That is so cute. I remember seeing that.
At my open mics, I've got a little gift that I had gotten from my brother and his wife. It's a little old school looking microphone with the guitar in his hands. And it's just
Right
a
on.
cute little
Yeah.
thing.
Little
Everybody who's
mascot.
seen it is like, oh my God, that's so adorable. It's just little
It is
mojo items
adorable.
like that.
It is adorable.
Little
right?
things. The hat is part of the stage face.
right on.
Yeah.
It helps me put my
Game face, huh?
You enter it
Get into the
turns on a different
headspace.
part of my personality.
Right on. Get into the headspace of an entertainer.
Exactly.
I turned on. I do tech support. Right, that's my day job. Well, it was.
Somebody asked me if you found another job the other night.
Not yet, but I actually do have another job.
It was just funny that they asked me. I was like, oh, I don't even know.
I
don't even know.
And so I end up turning on customer service voice when I'm up on stage because I can make that. Ask my kids, I can make that switch pretty quick.
Right on.
Scared the hell out of them once, or twice, possibly even more. What do you do? I mean, do you have?
See, I was going to ask him.
Joe?
Do you have a token? Because I don't. I don't carry tokens because if I do, I find myself worried about them as soon as I get them, and then I lose them immediately.
I have stuff I have things that are just there, like in my guitar case or my guitar stand. My multi guitar stand. I've got a little fishing hook that I've almost got stuck with on a stage somewhere. I don't know how a fishing hook ended up on the stage. It's a little.
That's interesting.
It's like a little perch, fuzzy,
like fly fishing type of thing.
a little bigger than a fly fish
Right on.
lure, but it's just a fishing lure. I just stuck it in there, It's not something that I look at each time and touch it 3 times and
But it's part of your
Oompa Loompa, whatever, Yeah, it's
part of
just,
your decor.
yeah. I mean, but it's
Yeah.
it's something that I like. When I don't even notice it every time, but when I notice, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that time. But I don't really. I just wear what I wear. I bring what I bring.
Right.
When I do full band shows, it's a little different.
Dress up, get a little more jazzy.
Yeah, but I mean, like open mics it's me. It's Oliver White. I mean, I'm Oliver White, and I show up at the thing, and I greet, and I bring everybody.
You're Ed McMahon.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
next.
like, it's just me.
Three-quarter
But when I'm
star.
playing a band, like tonight when I go across to Oklahoma, I'll be O-Dub.
Right. Yeah, right on. Right
Like
on.
I'll be the leader of the band. I'll be a different persona.
Right.
Which is kind of weird to say. I think that's the first time I've
but you're
said it.
right though. That's
part of it, though.
I don't think I've
It's a
ever said that
character.
out loud. Yeah, I'll
like
I'll
wrestling.
wear this to the gig, and then I'll get everything set up, and then I'm going to go change into something that looks not like this.
Well, there's
something I wouldn't wear on the street, that.
Terry Hogan, and then there's Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's
Yeah.
not the same guy.
Right.
Yeah.
So watching people watching people evolve through an open mic, because there are long-term people, people who've been going to open mics for a long time, 2 years, whatever. Watching people evolve from that first time that they came and they were about to fly apart at the seams. Right, like Jonathan.
Yeah.
To what they do now, is it gratifying in some way to see
yeah.
that? And,
Hell yeah.
And know that you had a part in
Well,
that?
I'll say this. I
No,
give
it's
them
deeply insulting.
I give them shout outs and the credit, you know what I mean? And I give them all kinds of stuff for where I'm at right now. Not only because I want people to know that, just from my perspective of how grateful I am for these two guys.
Oh, I am
But
by far
because
grateful
I
for
hope
these two
that
guys.
by them hearing me say that they heard it from the horse's mouth. You know what I mean? They know that I'm grateful for it
It gives
because
me warm fuzzies.
I let them know. You know what I mean?
that goes both ways.
Right on.
Like,
Yeah.
and you're realizing this too, that
I've been telling people
we're
that
just
come.
excited to see. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, you make this.
Yeah.
Y'all make this.
Yeah.
You know
I
what I mean?
can't. Open mic is nothing if there's nobody there to share the mic.
803, no names on the list, and I'm standing there looking out at an empty bar almost. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank y'all for showing up.
Thank you.
Thank you for just listening. Thank you for coming up here on the
Oh, man.
mic. Thank you for
I
buying
don't
the
think
drinks.
The owners would
Yeah.
be very happy with me.
Yeah.
See, last night I was like, everybody got a drink? Nobody said anything. I said, well, get one.
Yeah. people are gonna pay me.
Right.
That is what makes these venues able to pay people like us to
That's
host
exactly
these
right.
events. Is
$7 shots.
Yeah. You see these things that say, tell us what you do without telling what you do. And I'll tell people, I'm a beer salesman.
Right.
I sell beer.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't even drink the
spokesman.
shit, but I'll sell it, man.
I'm a spokesman for domestic and
Yeah.
foreign beers.
Go get some beers.
I don't even. It doesn't matter. IPA, whatever you want. Get you some.
Tip your bartender. Tip your wait staff.
Yeah.
And if there's some left, you can come and tip what we got. Okay, that was special.
That's the Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Now we're on.
Yeah, we've
Now
been going
we're on. You've been doing
the
this
whole
for,
time. Well, good
Are
Lord.
y'all warmed up?
You know, back to your little token thing. I don't wear anything like jewelry. I've had 3 wedding rings, and I've lost every single one.
Dang, man.
2 of them are from hand washing incidents. So I wash my hands, dry my hands off, put my ring back on, but my hand's kind of damp, so the ring feels cold and wet on it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, my hand's still wet, and I'll grab a paper towel.
And there goes the
Ooh,
ring.
man.
I've done that twice.
I bet Liz is like totally.
Yeah, we're
ain't
man
me.
wedding band poor.
That was an interesting sound. Okay, nice.
It's that Bluetooth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that Bluetooth thing. Yeah, my
Yeah.
wedding
Yeah, right
ring.
there's the
It
coffee.
takes a lot to take it off, so it's not something I lose.
Somebody bought mine. Who bought mine? Did you buy mine?
I did.
Thank you, ma'am.
So coffee this morning, courtesy of CJ's.
Even me,
Cafe.
man. Mine's from
Yeah.
CJ's too.
I offered to buy some for Oliver, and he said, "I'm already here."
I'm here. I
ordering
got
it."
mine on. I got mine on
Got mine in my
lock.
own cup.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Tan
And I
Van
said,
Man
you know,
pulling through.
This is if we're going to have something on the table, it should be at least something local.
Right on.
And CJ's is our local coffee roaster. They're
Yep.
down the street on Main.
They roast it. They actually roast the coffee.
They
All
do.
right.
They roast their own coffee. I have a call. Oh. Which one
All
am I
right.
supposed to hit?
Somebody
Which
wants to
line?
talk to us.
Is it this button right here?
On
That
the
says Bluetooth.
yeah, but the bottom part there's a green and a red button.
Hit
Push
that green
one of
button.
those.
Here.
Hello,
There you go.
Hello.
Hi. You're
it's
on.
the Ann House show.
It is. This is Ann House. Open mic with Ann House. You're on with Oliver and Jonathan and Tim.
Well, we were tuning in. It was hard to get a hold of you guys. We didn't know the number to call in, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got a grandson,
Yeah.
and he's wanting to play music. He's a little bit
really?
of a guitar player. He's a rocker.
Okay.
We got him a guitar back then, but he's so shy and scared to go up there. You know, we tell him
Really?
to go up there, and he tells us to stop. Is there any kind of words of wisdom you could give me? I can get my grandson up there. He can sing so good.
I got something. Have him sit down and talk with a musician who's been up on stage and doing it. Just a
He's
conversation.
real shy. He really just does it in his room.
Well,
I say this all
guys
the
go
time.
out to eat someplace where there is an open mic, and and make the introduction.
He'll get the bug.
That's true. I say this all the time. My speed at which I've done my stuff has not been at the same speed as everybody else. I'm pretty slow. I take my time getting to where I want to get, and it might not be the same pace as everybody else is going. But you just tell him to keep plugging away. When he finds his confidence in what he's doing, we're going to be there. There's going to be an open mic, and all of us are extremely supportive. We don't let anybody bully anybody or anything like that. He will be in very good hands at any of the open mics he goes to around here.
How old
So-
is your
Well-
grandson?
I reckon he's 22 now, but
Okay.
he's like we're from the woods out here, and he's a real good player. And I just really think that if where can we take him to eat? Then where's a good open mic
Okay.
for us to take him
So-
to? Maybe we can push him up there one day.
Yeah, open mic. If you want to go someplace to eat where there's an open mic, you want to go to Kickbacks.
Good
All right,
food.
They're on Armstrong in Denison, all right, and that's on Wednesday night starting at 6:30. If you want to do something just kind of fun, that you and I don't know a young man that would not enjoy this, take him to the Horse's Axe on Monday. All right, so
Yes,
if you
sir.
take him there and you say, look, we're going to throw axes because it's the Horse's Axe. If you go there on Monday night,
Ma'am, did you say throw axes? I'm confused.
Yes.
No,
It is
Horse's
axe throwing place.
Yes.
Horse's Axe is an axe throwing venue that has an open mic that I host every Monday.
It's got an arcade, pool tables, all kinds of stuff. so
it's
you could
got
take
all
him
kinds
out
of cool
Yeah.
stuff.
with the idea
Now-
of it's just an outing, and then
You
there's going
mean
to be
take
an
him
open
out
mic
or
there.
take him out? What are you
Take him
talking
out.
about?
No.
Don't whack him.
No, it's really and truly it's a place young people will enjoy. It's something where there's other things to do, so you could simply say, hey, look, let's go and check this place out. But if you come on Monday night, the open mic there is it's a really intimate type of environment because there's a lot of a lot of beginners there, and it's fairly small, so he won't feel as intimidated. Going to
That sounds good.
Yeah, I think that one would probably be.
And I put my
better.
focus there on the sound.
Yeah.
The sound is my main. We all have our main focus.
It's
Some
Mondays
people-
from 7 to 10, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Monday night, so they got a good hamburger there.
They got good.
No,
they,
no,
well,
they got
no,
pizza.
they got
They got
pizza and
good
fries.
pizza.
They got pizza, they got fries, they got hot wings. That's why I said.
All right.
Yeah, if you want a good burger, though, you take him to Kickbacks on Wednesday night, starting at 6:30. That
He's
way,
been playing this guitar, playing this Gary Clark Jr. just as loud as we can get it.
Tell him bring
And
it.
I think
Tell him bring it.
Bring it Wednesday night.
Bring
to
it Wednesday
Kickbacks.
night. We'll do it.
Now, having said that, if you can't convince him to bring his guitar, I'm sure that somebody will.
I always
be
have a
very
guitar somebody
gracious
can borrow.
Oh yeah.
and allow him to use theirs. So you don't even have to have him bring his guitar if he doesn't want to.
well, his grandpa kicked him this old little Gibson that he's been carrying around. He's proud of, but we're gonna bring him out there. I tell
I
you.
think you should.
You should.
We'd love to see.
Does he have
somebody
his-
do-
Always.
Does he have his own gear? Does he have his own amplifier and guitar pedals and stuff like that?
or just the guitar?
Really, just a backpack he always carries around with his guitar.
Okay. Yeah, I've got.
There you go.
At Kickbacks, I'll have an amplifier and I'll have bass guitars and drums and all that stuff. If he wants to come up there and
Well,
And you can
Rock
use
out.
the guys. You can use the guys as we're just going to go get some food and play some pool, and then what's that in the background going on? Oh, it's an open
it.
mic.
That works.
well, we want to tell you guys thank you for everything you're doing and helping all these people in these open mics and just answering all my redneck questions. We appreciate
Of
it.
course.
We
I'm
appreciate
really glad
the
to do
question.
that.
Y'all are what make these open mics.
hey
for
man, you
people that
got me
come.
when you said, "I'm sorry." Did you say axes? Did you say axes? That really got me, man. That brought me to tears. I was laughing so hard. It was
Well,
awesome.
I didn't know if you meant guitar axes or what we were talking
Nah,
about.
we ain't gonna
here.
throw those, man. We ain't throwing those.
No, it's actually.
All right,
My first thought when I saw them open was like, okay, they've got beer, they've got axes. This cannot be a good combination.
But it works, you know.
It
It
works.
works.
Turns
Responsible
out-
people going in
turns
there.
out that they
Vikings
are-
knew what they were doing.
And they have some pretty good safety measures. Everything's
Protocols,
very
yeah.
safe over there.
So you wouldn't have to.
well,
do anything
I
like
thrown my
that.
wife down the backyard a couple times, so I'm sure it's a little bit safer than that. Well, we appreciate you guys for the show and everything you're doing. And just
Of
a
course.
big shout out here from Ambrose, Texas. So thank you.
Hey,
Right on.
wonderful.
Thank you,
Glad
Seven
listening.
Hills,
Thank
baby.
you.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Well, that was cool.
Seven Hills Road in Amber?
I'm so
Yeah.
I'm so stoked on that one.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we are out of time, guys.
Did you say throwing axes?
Throwing
That was hilarious,
axes,
man.
I
Did
know, right?
axes?
I don't know if these cameras could catch it, but I had tears coming out of my eyes. I had to take my glasses off, and I had to be quiet because I was laughing hard. Not laughing at him.
can.
It was just a strange
good.
thing to say. It was
Yeah.
good.
That's good.
No,
Yeah.
it's a
Well,
it's a sentiment
strange
that I
thing
had
for
to.
him to hear all of a sudden. Axes?
Yeah.
Did you say axes?
Said axes. All right, so you guys remember that if you go to YouTube and you go to Facebook, find Ann House Music, please friend it, because the more you do, the more I can do. Thank you, Oliver. Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you, Tim. I really appreciate you guys waking up early enough to come and do this.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much
Had a
for
lot of
including
fun.
me.
It's really great. All right. Y'all
Yeah.
have a great day. And remember, open mic is where it's at.
Yeah. This guy says it too. All right.